Welcome back to the Cool Fear Channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on the channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And great Scott, guys, because today we are going to be taking a look at the NECA Back to the Future accessory set. If you do enjoy the video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out and thank you to channel sponsor Entertainment Earth. Check out my Entertainment Earth affiliate link down in the description below to check out all sorts of cool figures, as well as get some free shipping and help support the channel. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into this review, because yes, today we are finally taking a look at the Back to the Future accessory pack by NECA Toys. This was teased to us about a year and a half ago, and in fact this was actually supposed to come out Q3 of 2023. However, for some reason this got pushed forward and the factory sent them out to NECA, and I am definitely not complaining about that. I absolutely love Back to the Future, and so I personally love this Back to the Future line. Now, me and NECA do have our issues, and honestly, guys, I still have my issues, especially with this accessory pack, and we will get into that when we take a deeper look into all the pieces. But their artists, their sculptors do some amazing work out there, and that's totally different than the business division department, Randy and all them that determine how all this stuff gets distributed and everything. The artists just work on the sculpt, and all I have to say is kudos to them, because they do some amazing work out there over at NECA in terms of the sculptors and all that stuff, from the TMNT line to their Monsters line to this line right here. So kudos to them. And yeah, guys, I am super excited because, like I said, they announced this about a year and a half ago, and I am such a big fan that I could not wait. So I was very much happy when I found out that this was going to be coming out Q1 of 2023 opposed to Q3 of 2023. It adds a little bit of magic to your Back to the Future figures, in my opinion, and so it's not a lot, but neither are really the TMNT accessory packs. You get some fun stuff here and there. This was significantly less. I believe this was only like $30 or $40, whereas the accessory packs for the Ninja Turtles, the first one was $50, and I think the last two for the Secret of the Ooze and now the cartoon are, I think, $60. So with this being relatively smaller, you do get a little bit less, but we do get some stuff that we were missing, that were some key things that we were missing, much like Doc's radiation hood, the plutonium case, Einstein with the stopwatch, Doc with his brainwave scanner, Marty's Futuristic Nikes without them being fully laced up, 2 Back to the Future Part 1 DeLorean license plates, one clean, ready to go on the car, the other one, it's after basically Doc disintegrates Einstein. It was spinning around on the ground for a bit. We do also get 3 paper prop replicas. We do get the You're Fired Back to the Future Part 2 paper. We do get the phone book page that Marty rips out in 1955 when he's looking for Doc's phone and address. And we do also get the letter that Marty writes to Doc in 1955 in order to help save his life in 1985. Oops, sorry, spoiler alert for those of you that have not seen the movie. But that's not all, because for Back to the Future Part 2, we do also get the Futuristic Gym Bag with his futuristic jacket in there, all bunched up. We do also get Marty's Vulcan / Peace and Prosper hand from Back to the Future Part 1, which he utilizes to help scare George, his dad. We do also get another unique hand for Marty in order to hold those license plates. So yeah, some fun stuff all around. Like I said, it adds just a little magic to your figures if you do happen to have a nice little display for these guys, and it gives you a lot more options for photos and stuff like that. And the last accessory that they do include for this set is kind of a weaker one, but it could also be for 2 reasons. One, it could be a throw-in because I don't remember them mentioning this being a part of it, and 2, it could also be a tease, and that is the Walkie-Talkie. Now, it is really plain, really boring, but like I said, I don't think it was announced that it was in this pack, so it was kind of just a throw-in. And in my opinion, if it's a throw-in like that, I'm really hoping that it's a tease to us getting Marty in his 1955 Back to the Future Part 2 disguise where he's wearing that leather jacket and that hat. I'm really hoping we get that in the near future from NECA. You know, some people say that this line doesn't have the legs to continue. I am hoping and praying that it does. I want Back to the Future Part 3 figures. I want the rest of Back to the Future figures. You know, there's so many other looks that these characters had that we can get. You know, I'm totally open to, you know, them going as deep as they do with the NECA Turtle line. You know, I'll take, you know, Biff's goons and stuffs in 1955 garb, in 2015 garb, in 1885 garb, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited to see the future of this line. I really hope it continues on. But with that being said, why don't we go ahead and take a closer look at each and every single one of these pieces so we can take a look at all the amazing great detail that the artists do put into them. Alright guys, so now let's go ahead and take a look at each individual accessory so we can take a look at all the great detail in them. Starting off with Doc's radiation hood. So much like with Radiation Marty, we have Radiation Doc from 1985. There is that scene where they're putting the plutonium into the DeLorean, so they have to wear their suits. This one is quite different than the one that we do get with Marty. The hole for him to see is a lot smaller, and also there's no alternate head underneath. So with the Marty, we do get one with an alternate head where there's a working helmet that you can flip it up and down. But to be fair, we see that with Marty in the movie, but with Doc, the only time he has this, it's when it's on, and then he takes it off like a helmet, and it literally looks like this, so we never see it any other way, unlike with Marty and stuff. So it works for me, but it's just really cool that, you know, we don't have to swap out the head, in my opinion, too. I personally like that we can just stick it on. Now, I will say it is not the same white as the jumpsuit. It is quite bright in terms of white compared to the jumpsuit. So that's the one thing that happens when there's these accessory add-on packs, especially with white. The whites don't always match up, so there is that little bit of a gripe for me personally. You'll probably see it in the photos, or probably not once I edit them and everything, but just know that it's not an exact match. It's kind of like an off-white in terms of the jumpsuit, and this is like an actual white, and so you can tell it's different coloring and stuff. But that's Doc's hood. So sticking with the whole radiation theme, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the plutonium case? Yes, the thing that Doc traded the Libyans, you know, missile full of shoddy pinball pieces and parts, you know. They got that, he got this, and he got to build his time machine and basically make it radioactive. So once again, like I stated in the intro, NECA has outdone Hot Toys. Not the sculpt or the look of this, but simply because they chose to make it out of plastic. I recently bought the Hot Toys 1985 Doc Brown, and would you believe that Hot Toys decided to make their plutonium case, which was only available in the deluxe special edition version, which is an extra $10 to $20 in the standard version, out of cardboard. Can you fucking believe it? They chose to make it out of cardboard. So kudos to NECA for at least choosing to make this out of hard plastic. Now, the one thing I will give to the Hot Toys one that I won't give to the NECA one is when you open the Hot Toys one, it'll stay open. Here, if you don't have anything behind it to prop it up, it just flaps all around and stuff. So the other thing that I will give to the Hot Toys is that their plutonium is like actually crystal clear. It's not like this kind of see-through, kind of foggy through plastic, I guess. I don't really know how you would call that or classify that. And then the red is clear as well, but this is done at a smaller scale, at a smaller price point, so you know you can't really compare those two together. But I mean, if I'm giving NECA the win for this, I kind of have to give Hot Toys the win for this, right? But yeah, so you do get that one that does slot out right there in the back. It's kind of similar to the Hot Toys one where only one does come out. You do have a few that are empty already, obviously because you used them. And then, you know, you have these, but they're just glued in. They're probably even only like the top portion of it. They're not the full cylinder all the way in. But other than that, yeah, just really great detail on this plutonium case. I mean, the yellow is super bright. The shiny silver pieces are shiny and silver. really look metallic, even though it's all plastic. But the only thing that would make this better would be if the handles moved out, and they don't. But they don't on the Hot Toys one either, so can't fault them for that. They've already done a better job in making it a hard plastic than the Hot Toys one. So sticking with the whole Back to the Future intro scene, let's go ahead and show off Einstein right here. So yes, we finally got Einie Boy in the collection. The mouth is slightly articulated, ever so slightly. That's a big tongue hanging out, so not too much that you can do there. But he does come with the stopwatch right there, as you can see. A lot of great detail, just you can't tell a time because there is no time. But yeah, he has very slight articulation. He can move his head right and left. He can move his upper torso right and left right there. His head does pop off if you want to kind of take that off. If you don't, then you just pop it back in and leave it there. Oh yeah, his tail is articulated as well. I think that's pretty much it in terms of articulation for him. But yeah, really cool to get Einstein in the collection. So next up, let's go ahead and stick with Back to the Future Part 1 and take a look at this alternate head that we do get for 1955 Doc. So we finally get Doc with his brainwave scanner right here. And I believe this is the same head sculpt that we do get with the 1955 Doc, if I'm not mistaken. This shocked expression. This is a soft plastic, so you can't remove it. However, if you look right there, you can see that the hair is actually molded into the actual brainwave scanner. So the face sculpt itself is something we've seen before. The hair piece, you can tell it's a separate hair piece right there glued on. That's different and molded so that way it fits into the brainwave scanner. So it's so cool to think that you can actually take that off and possibly put it onto other alternate heads. But like I said, with the hair being sculpted the way it is, I don't think it would fit on the other ones. So sticking with Back to the Future Part 1 still, like I said, we do get 2 extra little alternate hands for Marty. This one being the license plate holding hand that he does utilize when he does pick up that burnt out at a time license plate when Doc disintegrates Einstein. And before the license plate looks like that, we do get a non-fucked up license plate right here. The Golden State, California, at a time. Fun fact, I actually grew up and live still about 30 minutes without traffic away from where they filmed that opening scene in the mall parking lot. I actually live by La Puente Hills Mall. I've gone there quite often. And in fact, I think they actually have the Futuristic Hill Valley sign up in the front right now. But super cool to be able to say that I've lived near that amazing piece of film history for such a long time. But once again, still sticking with Back to the Future Part 1, we do also get Marty's Peace and Prosper hand / Vulcan hand when he's trying to scare George into asking Lorraine out, and he has to, throw out all the sci-fi, references and stuff. He, of course, has to throw in that Vulcan hand. Next up, we do get that piece of phone book paper that Marty does rip out to find Doc, and here it is on this side, and on this side it is printed on both sides because obviously phone books were printed on both sides. And the edge on this side is not perfect because, like I said, he tears it out of a phone book, so obviously the edge wouldn't be perfect. The next piece of paper that we do get is this one right here, where it's basically Marty, what he writes to Doc in order to help save his life in 1985. And yeah, so if you want to stop and read it, I mean, you can read it in the movie too. But moving on to part 2, sticking with the paper accessories, we do get this "You're Fired" one, which we do get after Marty, commits like credit card fraud or something with the company because Needles, convinces him to do it. So we do also get those Futuristic Nikes that are unlaced right here. So the Marty Back to the Future Part 2 already comes with these on, but these do look to be unlaced, as you can see. Now they do have peg holes underneath, so one must wonder if you can peg these in, but when you look in, it doesn't really look like they peg in, but I could be mistaken. So we do also get the walkie-talkie, which Marty uses to talk with Doc in 1955 in part 2 when they go back in time to try and stop Biff from keeping that almanac. Now I will say this is probably the most plain accessory that we do get in this accessory pack, but like I said, I don't think it was advertised to be in it, so it was kind of just like a pack in, and in my opinion and in my hope, a tease for Back to the Future Part 2 disguised Marty. But that's just me. So we do get one more thing, guys, and this is where my gripes lie with NECA. So Recently, I reviewed the Secret of the Use accessory pack, and ironically enough, that came with not a gym bag, but kind of like a briefcase, suitcase type of thing for Michelangelo. Now, they advertise that you can open it up, and so as soon as I got it, I went to open it up, and wouldn't you know it, it cracks and it breaks. I mean, it doesn't crack and break, but the hinges pop out, and it's essentially useless in terms of opening and closing. You have to just keep it closed or keep it open. So at least with that, there's a potential to keep it closed. This one, on the other hand, is just totally just, oh my god, NECA, why? Come on, my favorite. I was really looking forward to this accessory set, and I still enjoy a lot of it, but this last piece just really broke my heart. And so the final piece that I am speaking of is, of course, the Futuristic Gym Bag. So like I said, when I opened up that suitcase in the TMNT Secret of the Use accessory kit, it just completely fell apart. So here we do have the gym bag right here, the Futuristic Gym Bag. Obviously they couldn't get the Nike rights and stuff, so it just says NECA checkmark footwear, and it looks all cool. You have, like, you know, the clear view right there. It's circular or cylinder or whatever you want to call it. But here is where my issue lies. It's completely fallen apart. So literally only this is still intact, and in order to glue it, I would have to literally only put glue in this small little crevice right there and then attach it here. So yeah, I guess I'll try eventually, but that's just gonna be fun, right guys? So yeah, but inside of that, we do get Marty's futuristic jacket right here, all bunched up, kind of conforming to the bag itself. So with that being said, guys, that wraps it up for taking a deeper look and closer look at all the great accessories in this set. Alright guys, so that has been my review of the NECA Back to the Future accessory set. Let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of this accessory set? And did you pre-order it? Did you get it? Are you collecting this line? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you've made it this far, type down in the comments below heavy. That way I know you made it this far and you're enjoying the content. With that being said, guys, once again, shout out and thank you to this channel sponsor, Entertainment Earth. Check out my Entertainment Earth affiliate link down in the description below, so that way you can check out some cool figures, get some free shipping, and help support the channel. With that being said, if you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, great Scott, guys. Have a great fucking day.